If you've ever stood up and felt a deep ache in your knees, if you find yourself waking up feeling more tired than when you went to bed, or if your balance just feels a little off, it's easy to blame your age. We're told it's just a normal part of life. What if the problem isn't the number of years you've lived, but what's been on your dinner plate for those years? Believe it or not, some of the very vegetables you've been choosing for your health, the ones you trust to keep you strong, could secretly be fueling inflammation, draining your energy, and making your joints and your mind feel years older than they truly are. After 60, our bodies begin to tell a different story. The way we process food changes. A quiet, low-grade inflammation can start to creep in, and certain plants that were once our allies can begin to work against us. This isn't about demonizing vegetables. This is about gaining wisdom. It's about understanding that what nourished you in your 40s might be unknowingly sabotaging you today. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 3 popular vegetables that may be hidden contributors to joint pain, brain fog, and that unsteady feeling you can't seem to shake. And more importantly, we'll reveal the 3 you should be adding to your plate right away to help rebuild your strength, sharpen your mind, and put a confident spring back in your step. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. What is one vegetable that's almost always on your dinner table? Take a moment to share it in the comments below. Your journey is part of our community here at Wisdom Free, and learning from each other is how we all grow stronger. Now let's start with a vegetable that is, for many, the very definition of comfort food. But what if its comfort comes at a hidden cost to your mobility? Mashed, baked, fried, or stewed? The white potato is more than just a food. It's a feeling. It's the warmth of family dinners, the foundation of a hearty meal, a familiar friend on your plate. We trust it. But for a body navigating the changes that come with life after 60, this trusted friend may be quietly betraying your health. The problem isn't immediately obvious. It's a slow, insidious process. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. The white potato has what's known as a high glycemic index. This simply means that once you eat it, your body converts it into sugar with alarming speed. This sends your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster ride, a sudden, sharp spike followed by a hard crash. You might feel that crash as a sudden wave of fatigue in the afternoon, but the damage goes much deeper. That constant surge of sugar stresses your entire circulatory system. It's like sending a flood through a delicate network of pipes, day after day. Over time, this stress fuels chronic inflammation, particularly damaging the smallest blood vessels in your body, the very ones responsible for nourishing your joints, your nerves in your feet, and even your brain. At first, the signs are subtle. You might notice your knees feel unusually stiff when you wake up. Maybe your feet feel cold or tingle even when you're warm. You might chalk it up to a long day or just getting older. But what if it's not? What if it's the echo of last night's baked potato, silently contributing to the aches and pains you've come to accept as normal? Beyond the sugar, there's another hidden issue. Look at the potato's pale, starchy flesh. That color, or lack thereof, is a sign. It's telling you that it's nearly devoid of the powerful antioxidants and phytonutrients that protect your cells from damage. While vibrant vegetables are armed with compounds that fight against aging, the white potato offers very little defense. And when we top it with butter, sour cream, or cheese, we're adding saturated fats that further strain our circulation. It's a perfect storm of sugar-fueled inflammation and compromised blood flow, hitting your joints and your energy levels right where they're most vulnerable. But here's the empowering truth. You don't have to give up satisfying, comforting foods. The solution isn't deprivation. It's a simple, strategic swap. Imagine replacing that mound of mashed potatoes with a vibrant, nutrient-dense alternative that actually fights inflammation instead of feeding it. We'll talk about what that looks like in just a bit. First, let's look at another elegant vegetable that often appears in healthy Mediterranean. It's beautiful, versatile, and has an air of healthy sophistication. Roasted, grilled, or blended into a dip, eggplant finds its way into many meals we believe are good for us. But for many seniors, especially those already struggling with stiffness, arthritis, or a sense of unsteadiness, the eggplant may be a hidden enemy. Here's why. Eggplant is a member of the nightshade family, a group of plants that also includes tomatoes, bell peppers, and those white potatoes we just discussed. To protect themselves from pests in the wild, these plants produce natural chemical compounds. In eggplant, one of the key compounds is called solanine. While harmless to many, for a body with underlying inflammation, solanine can act as a persistent, low-grade irritant. It doesn't cause a dramatic, immediate reaction. That's what makes it so deceptive. Instead, it contributes to a slow burn of inflammation that builds over months and years. How does this feel in your body? It might be that dull ache in your hips that never seems to fully go away. Maybe your hands feel swollen and stiff in the morning, making it harder to grip a coffee cup. Or perhaps it's a change in your balance. You haven't gotten weaker, but you feel less certain. Your movements feel clumsy, and you find yourself reaching for the wall for support more often. That feeling of instability might not be coming from your muscles at all. The subtle irritation from nightshades, like eggplant, can interfere with your nerve function. Think of it as a faint static on the line between your brain and your legs. The signals are still getting through, but they're not as clear or as fast as they used to be. That tiny delay is all it takes to turn a simple step into a stumble. Because these effects are so gradual, most of us would never think to connect them to something as innocent as the eggplant parmesan we ate last week. We blame the weather, a bad night's sleep, or simply our age. But what if you could find out for sure? This is where you can become your own health detective. If you're dealing with unexplained joint aches or balance issues, try a simple experiment. Remove eggplant and other nightshades from your diet for just 2 to 3 weeks. Keep a small journal. Is the morning stiffness easing up? Do you feel more stable on your feet? If the answer is yes, you may have just uncovered a major trigger. This knowledge is power. It puts you back in the driver's seat. But before we get to the foods that build you up, there's one more common health food we need to examine. It's crunchy, low-calorie, and found in almost every salad bar. But it could be quietly disrupting your digestion and, in turn, your entire body. We chop them into salads, toss them into stir-fries, and layer them in sandwiches. Green bell peppers are everywhere. They're affordable, convenient, and seem like a perfectly harmless way to add crunch and color to a meal. But here's the secret most people don't know. For a maturing digestive system, the green bell pepper can be a significant troublemaker. The issue lies in two things: ripeness and a group of plant proteins called lectins. First, let's talk about ripeness. A green bell pepper is simply an unripe pepper. As it ripens on the vine, it turns red, yellow, or orange. During that ripening process, its chemical makeup changes dramatically. The unripe green version has significantly fewer vitamins and antioxidants than its colorful, ripened siblings. So right away, you're getting less nutritional benefit. But the bigger problem is the lectins. Lectins are natural compounds that act as a plant's defense system. In the human body, especially one where the gut lining may be more sensitive, certain lectins can be irritating. They can bind to the intestinal wall, potentially interfering with nutrient absorption and contributing to a condition some researchers call leaky gut. This is where tiny, undigested food particles and toxins can pass through the gut lining and into the bloodstream, triggering a full-body inflammatory response from your immune system. Where does that inflammation show up? It can manifest as painful, swollen joints. It can appear as skin issues. And it can even cross the blood-brain barrier, contributing to that frustrating feeling of brain fog, where your thoughts feel slow and cloudy. You've likely experienced the symptoms without ever knowing the cause. You feel bloated after a healthy salad. Your joints ache for no apparent reason. Your focus just isn't what it used to be. It is so easy, so tempting, to just call this aging. But what if it's your body sending you a clear signal that your digestive system is under stress? The good news is, you don't have to give up peppers entirely. The solution is simply to choose wisely. Try swapping out green bell peppers for the red, yellow, or orange varieties. These fully ripened peppers are not only sweeter and packed with more vitamin C and beta-carotene, but their lectin content is also lower, making them far gentler on your system. It's a small shift, but these are the kinds of strategic choices that can lead to profound improvements in how you feel every single day. Now, let's turn the page. We've uncovered the foods that may be quietly working against you. But this journey isn't about what to take away. It's about what to joyfully add. It's time to focus on the powerful, healing vegetables that can actively build stronger joints, clearer minds, and more resilient bodies. Let's begin with a humble root vegetable that is a true champion for senior health. Bright, crunchy, and wonderfully simple. Carrots are often relegated to a side dish, but for anyone over 60, they deserve a starring role on your plate. They are a strategic tool for aging with grace and strength. Their superpower comes from a brilliant orange compound called beta-carotene. When you eat a carrot, your body transforms this beta-carotene into vitamin A, a nutrient that is absolutely essential for two systems that become vulnerable with age: your vision and your nerves. Let's talk about vision first. As we get older, our ability to see in low light naturally declines. Night driving becomes stressful. Reading the fine print on a medicine bottle becomes a challenge. Vitamin A is critical for protecting the health of your retina, helping to slow this process down. Preserving your vision isn't just about seeing clearly, it's about maintaining your independence and your confidence to navigate the world. But the benefits of carrots go far beyond your eyes. Those same protective antioxidants also shield your nerves, especially the long pathways that run down to your legs and feet. This is profoundly important. Strong, healthy nerves mean faster and clearer communication between your brain and your muscles. The result? Better balance, quicker reflexes, and a reduced risk of falls. For anyone who has felt that flicker of unsteadiness, you know what a priceless gift that is. And the best part? Carrots are incredibly easy to incorporate. Lightly steaming or roasting them with a touch of olive oil actually helps your body absorb more of that precious beta-carotene. A handful of baby carrots as a snack, some shredded carrot in a salad, or a side of glazed carrots with dinner. These simple additions are powerful investments in your long-term mobility and clarity. Next, let's talk about a green giant that acts as your body's master switch for turning off inflammation. Broccoli might not be the most glamorous vegetable, but when it comes to functional foods that deliver real results, it is an absolute powerhouse. For a body over 60, broccoli works quietly and efficiently to protect you from the inside out. Its primary weapon is a remarkable compound called sulforaphane. Think of sulforaphane as the master caretaker of your cells. It literally flips a switch in your body that activates your natural anti-inflammatory and detoxification pathways. It doesn't just manage inflammation, it helps your body stop it at the source. This is critical because, as we've discussed, chronic inflammation is the silent culprit behind so many age-related issues, from achy joints and muscle fatigue to memory problems and that feeling of just being off. But broccoli's resume doesn't end there. It is loaded with vitamin K and calcium, working in synergy to support bone density. It's packed with fiber for a healthy gut and stable blood sugar. And it delivers folate, which is crucial for brain clarity and cognitive function. It checks almost every single box for healthy aging. Remember the story of Harold from the other channel? The 72-year-old who swapped his nightly mashed potatoes for steamed broccoli? He felt less swelling in his knees and no longer dreaded the stairs. That's not just a nice story. It's a perfect illustration of a simple, powerful choice. He removed a source of inflammation and replaced it with a powerful anti-inflammatory. To get the most out of it, be gentle in your cooking. Boiling broccoli for too long can destroy the sulforaphane. Lightly steaming it until it's tender crisp or sautéing it with a little garlic and olive oil is the perfect way to preserve its healing power. And finally, let's move to our last vegetable, a soft, leafy green that is a game changer for your circulation, delivering more energy to your muscles and more oxygen to your brain. It may seem unassuming, but a handful of spinach is one of the most strategic foods you can eat for your heart, your brain, and your legs. The secret is in its remarkably high content of natural nitrates. When you eat spinach, your body converts these nitrates into a miracle molecule called nitric oxide. The primary job of nitric oxide is to relax and widen your blood vessels. Imagine your circulatory system as a network of highways. Nitric oxide is like a traffic controller that opens up all the lanes, allowing blood to flow freely and effortlessly. This means more oxygen-rich blood gets delivered to every cell in your body. How does this feel? Your legs feel lighter and more energetic because your muscles are getting the fuel they need. Your brain feels sharper and more focused because it's receiving a steady supply of oxygen. Many people don't realize that a lot of age-related cognitive decline and physical fatigue isn't about the brain or muscles themselves, but about a breakdown in their delivery system. Spinach helps repair that system. This improved circulation has a direct impact on your stability. Many falls happen in the split second of hesitation when the brain's command to move is delayed in reaching the legs. By ensuring your nerves and muscles are well nourished by strong blood flow, spinach helps close that gap, allowing you to move with more fluid, confident grace. Like carrots, spinach is also a champion for eye health, containing antioxidants that protect your vision. It is simple to add to your day. Toss a handful into a smoothie, wilt it into a soup or omelette, or use it as the base for a vibrant salad. So let's bring this all together. The journey of aging well is paved with wisdom. It's the understanding that not all healthy foods serve our bodies in the same way as we mature. Food is not just fuel, it is information. Every single meal is a decision. You are choosing, bite by bite, whether to fuel inflammation or to fight it. By being mindful of potential triggers like white potatoes, eggplant, and green bell peppers, and by actively embracing powerful builders like carrots, broccoli, and spinach, you are taking back control. You are telling your body with every wise choice that you are its partner. You are listening to its signals. If you've ever felt that aging was something that was just happening to you, I want you to reconsider. You have far more influence than you've been led to believe. The power to feel stronger, to think more clearly, and to move through your life with confidence and independence is right there on your plate. I'd love to hear what you thought. Which of these vegetable truths surprised you the most? Share your biggest takeaway in the comments. Your insights help everyone in the Wisdom-Free community. And if you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We are dedicated to bringing you simple, science-backed strategies to help you live not just a longer life, but a fuller, more vibrant one. Thank you for watching. Here's to making choices that nourish your body and free your spirit.